Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Uncle Matt here. Another morning in Mexico at the luxury Sian Ka'an Bahia Principe resort. Up early this morning because the time has come. I have to get a run in this morning to officially defeat the toxins and calories that I'm intaking throughout the week. One run, that's all it takes. Everybody knows that. So jumped up, got dressed, gonna head out to get the day started with that. Came up here on our beautiful patio at the penthouse just to kind of get a feel for the weather, see what it's like outside. Also, I was trying to see if I could see over into like Coba, kind of get any kind of new views on what had happened over there with the fire yesterday, but can't quite really make anything out from our vantage point here. It's pretty windy. Hopefully everything can hear me as I'm speaking, but throughout my run I'll see if I can get close and spot any updates and provide those as available here. But otherwise we're just exercising the demons. Is that where that phrase comes from? I don't know why I thought about that. That's a weird thing that popped in my head just now. But anywho, another day of fun here at Sian Ka'an, but we have to start it off with a little bit of work. So I've noticed these as we've been driving around in the carts a couple times. I've got these Bolt kind of rentable scooters that you can use for traversing the property here, which beyond Sian Ka'an, this is kind of like the Tulum Country Club area, and there's like a ton of residencies and whatnot, like you see right across the way here. There's one of them right here. So we've always talked about this potentially being a future retirement plan for me and Jesta to get one of these and just live down here. And so this is a nice little thing where you can traverse the property if you're a resident or somebody who maybe is, I don't know, I suppose you can maybe rent these as an Airbnb or just like a larger family coming to stay here or something like that. But that's a nice little feature, and if I'm tired enough, I might have to rent one of these on the way back. You can definitely see Coba better. I'm on my phone this morning, so I can zoom in a little bit more than I could with the DJ. But yeah, roof for sure gone. We'll see what else we can find out. Oh yeah, walking up to it now. Ooh, not good. Roof over the primary kind of hub area of the library. Lobby completely gone. Taped off. You can see all kinds of debris is falling down in there. Ooh. All indications are everybody was safe, no injuries, anything like that. So that's obviously the most important thing. But man, this is terrible. This sucks. I don't know if this is cleanup or if this is the just renovations and constructions that were generally going on, but a lot of crews and people invest assembling that lobby here. So it does seem like already kind of taking action, getting to work on repairs. A little teaser of what's coming up in today's video. I believe the plan is to make our way down here to the Tulum area beach, get lunch here at the truck, possibly next door at Andale Burger, which was not open on our last trip here, but I believe it might be that. Wow, something got my throat. And then here is Andale Burger, which appears to be like a counter service style, restaurant, kind of like the others, kind of like C Note, kind of like Ticalito, or even the truck itself. Looks like they've got the ordering kiosk here, although it's still wrapped up in plastic, so this might not yet be open yet. I don't know, this might still be coming soon, but they do have what they would be offering here if they were open. So we'll see this afternoon if this is up and running or not. All right, actually back from my run, actually back from breakfast. I had to run up to the room real quick because I actually forgot the camera. I'm a terrible vlogger. But I would say this, but here the Riviera Maya Bahia Resort is the best resort for running. Just obviously it has the most square footage, so just from space standpoint it is. But the paths themselves are really well carved out. They're pretty wide. You never have to like feel like you're tight and getting blown off it by a cart or other people. And when there's not construction and fire issues, you can kind of make like a nice big lap around the entire property without having to do too much backtracking or cutting or junking around, which always annoys me when I run. I'm very OCD, ADHD about running, where I don't like covering the same ground multiple times in a run. It's one reason I've never been a big fan of running on the treadmill, just because you're just literally in the same spot forever. But now we're on a side tangent that we don't need to be on. But whew, I'm out of breath. Little light breakfast that I had just because post run I'm a hot box and just it's going to be a while before I'm fully cooled back down to earth. So I think we're going to head to the beach today. Some additional thoughts on the Coba stuff, like obviously be, impressive if like some of that mobilization that was going on at Primera Lobby is already action being taken to get Coba going, which we've seen just on a small scale with the issues we've had in our room this week, how quickly they get on top of things and try to get things corrected here. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they were already kind of into recovery mode over there. But Jesta had a good point, was that because the structure, the way they build the lobbies here, where it's, a large stone building and thatched roof, hopefully it's easy repair and it's just rebuilding the roof and not, having to do too much else. I'm sure there's definitely some cleanup stuff and some other stuff that got burned that'll have to be replaced or fixed. But either way, hoping for the best for the staff and everybody here at Coba, anybody affected by it. I keep saying this, like, the good thing is apparently there was no injuries or anything worse than that. So that's very good, very good, very good. We'll keep getting updates. I think Zoo said she'd tell us a little bit more as she learns more, and maybe we'll hear some more just from other guests and stuff throughout the rest of our time here. So if you're somebody who's got an upcoming stay at Coba or is considering Coba or is considering this resort in general, stay tuned. We'll continue to provide updates as we get them. Decided to do a beach day today because our dinner is back up at Sian Ka'an, so figured spend the first half of the day down here, second half of the day back up there. Don't suspect I'll be getting in the water, at least not in this little stretch of the beach right here. It is pretty filled up with the seaweed. So I've been going back and forth a lot over the last 12 or hours, whatever it's been since we found out what happened in Coba, about how much I want to feature that in the video, titles, stuff like that. Don't want to over sensationalize, be clickbaity obviously, but at the same time I also feel like there's going to be a lot of people who want to know more about what happened, people who potentially have bookings coming and stuff like that. So I definitely want to include it in the title so that people can find it and find the information they're looking for, or the jumbled up, regurgitated telephone version of the information that we get, at least. But so I think I will be including mentions of the fire in the titles. You'll already know if I did it yesterday or not by the time you watch this one. But I'm going to do my best to not be clickbaity and over, what's the word I'm looking for?
Exaggerate?
Exaggerate? No, that's not it.
Saturate?
No. Dang. Everything I pre-write these little speeches and spiels. This is proof. I just mid-sentence completely lost where I was going. I don't know. Something, I don't want to do over something or other. Some word that would fit in this sentence. So you can figure it out for yourself. Over sensationalized. There you go. Thank you, Jesta. God. Two brains, can't come up with a word for 7 minutes. I don't know what's happened to us. Too much tequila, some might say, but not me, her. Not a drinker. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Uncle Mad. I am in Mexico at the Bahia Principe Riviera Maya Resort, and we have huge breaking news. Last night, fire broke out at one of the hotel restaurants in Coba, and the lobby at Grand Coba suffered major damage. Debris everywhere. Roof looks to be a complete loss. It's a catastrophe. We're here. I'm covering it all on my YouTube channel. We'll have more updates over there, so make sure you're subscribed with the bell turned on for notifications. We'll keep you posted on what's happening at Coba. It is crazy. So a funny thing for me and Jesta on these vacations, especially on beach days where you got a little bit more space down at the beach, we're constantly adjusting our seating position and moving to keep ourselves in the shade, because we're both on the fairer side of skin to where even a hint of sunlight will cause us to burst into flames and turn into a red tomato. And I just got to the point this morning where we're just not even basically sitting together. We're on different beaches almost at this point because we've had to chase the sun. And oh no, I'm getting a little bit on my toe. I'm gonna move again. Uh-oh. I certainly don't know the ins and outs of how the seas and the oceans and what lives and operates within them work, you know, on a scientific level. But like, this is a wild amount of seaweed coming in from the water here, in my humble opinion. But waves are crashing in my legs, getting a little bit of refreshment on my calves, and that's about it. Weird day. Weird water day today. Oh, I feel like I'm getting taken in by Swamp Thing. Alright, so here we go. First shot at Andale Burger. They do have everything up and running. The kiosk thing, I don't remember this. 40222. Okay. Okay, thanks. Two. Accept. Main course, you got crispy chicken burger, without cheese, Mexican beef burger with french fries, shredded chicken, beef burger with cheese and potatoes, hot dog with french fries, crispy chicken, yes. You want a hot dog? Let's get a beef burger with cheese and fried potatoes. Well, you can't go to Andale Burger and not get a burger.
You put two in there.
Oh, you did that.
You did that.
Complementos, french fries, coleslaw, potato salad. Don't need
We already got stuff like that.
pastries, apple pie, fruit salad. I think we're good, right? So this is a nice feature they have for the restaurants like this, where you kind of place your order through a kiosk and use your room number as your order service. You can pull up the app and see when stuff is ready, so we can see that ours is still on preparing orders, not yet to complete orders, because we're kind of sitting over here. That's kind of like where the main screens and stuff are, so we can hang out over here and not need to hang around there and wait to see our number pop up. We can just watch the screen and wait. Initial reaction, obviously food hasn't come out yet, so no reviews on the food yet, but I'm guessing, like, based on the menu and options, pretty similar to what you get over at the food truck type thing. This is positioned more like for like a pool service bar, especially if you got like kids or something like that, because like the little kiddie water area is right by this pool as well, so it's a little easier to jump over here and maybe get a couple quick snack type things. Food truck, I think, has a little bit slightly more extensive menu with like some tacos, different offerings like that. May pop in there just to have a little snacky, just to make sure we knock it off the list. But here, burgers, tendies, kind of the basics. We were just discussing dinner tonight. We have Alux as our dinner reservation tonight, and I thought it was appropriate for me to jump in here and say Fruto de Mar, off the hook. I think I've eaten there like 3 straight times without them killing me, so that one time in 2021 appears to be a one-off. No explosions coming out both ends of me this year or any of the most recent years. I did sleep all night. Slept through the night. Good result. Shout out Fruto del Mar. Alright, so here's our lunch spread. We've got a burger, which looks really good. I threw some mayo on it. It's got an onion ring on it. That's a nice little touch there. I thought this was going to be tendies, but it might be a chicken leg. Hard to say. Can't really tell right now. Potato salad. That potato salad actually looks really good. And then Jesta got her hot dog and fries and a fruit cup. And Jesta found silverware. I couldn't find silverware to save my life, but she is the hero. Well, I'm never going to do that, so problem solved. Alright, so I thought we were getting tendies, but this is definitely a big old drumstick, but nonetheless.
Drumstick?
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat that.
Going apple teas.
It is battered well.
Probably same batter as the tendies, so.
That's why I think it's battered well. They have a good tendy batter here.
Same general flavor, but I mean, if you can get tendies, get tendies. Good though. I am a bit of a dark meat connoisseur, if you know what I'm saying. Wink.
What do you?
Burger is very good. A little bit better than Ticalito Burger, which you'd hope so. I mean, a place that's named a burger, you'd hope they'd have a pretty good burger. Potato salad was the knockout winner of this meal. I mean, it was the best thing we had here.
And it was so little, I wanted so much more.
There's nobody, like, if you're like waiting to get like a beer or something like that. I'm not a drinker, just on the hand.
Oh, of course.
They don't have like a walk around waiter over here because I think it's meant to be like more of a quick service, grab your food, go. I think it's more for like the families with kids, like get your burgers, get your chicken, get your hot dog, roll on back to maybe your seats by the pool or whatever. So not a whole lot of like, not the place to go if you like want to sit down, relax. I mean, we're relaxed. I mean, not to say you can't relax here, but if you're wanting like to order beers and stuff like that, that's not going on over here. But they do have like a full like fountain self-serve with water, sodas, all the good stuff over there. So good little quick option for lunch. Like not bad. I will say I do like the proximity to like the pool. Like it's just like right over. I can't sort of. It's over there. You get the point. Wait, I'm over here. So while we were kind of waiting, I went and had a quick splash and dip in the pool. It's a little bit infested with children, so not the pool I necessarily want to be taking my dips in, but it's good that it's right there. It's good to have a little dip option right by your lunch spot where like, put your food order in, dip, cool down, come back, eat a burger. So we just passed the food truck. Didn't get anything there. I think we ate more than enough at Andale Burger, and we can always get some food. It's because I think we're gonna make our way back to Sian Ka'an, just relax there for the rest of the day. Could also do room service if we do get a hankering for something back there. But it was notable. We haven't seen as many of our little raccoon friends on this trip as we usually do, and that was the place where it really kind of hit me because like they mob that place. Like there's no rope bridges keeping them out or rope gates or whatever they're called keeping them out. That's where we've gotten 90% of our raccoon content. Is in the food truck back there, and I only saw like one, and he was kind of on the outskirts, and seen a lot of them kind of over by like the construction area, so maybe they've like moved into the abandoned buildings or whatever. I don't know, or maybe it's a seasonal thing, but raccoon content down on this trip, that's notable. So with all the talk of the fire at Coba, obviously, wanted to kind of highlight, because this is a good example of it. You can kind of see roof of the Privilege Club here, roof of kind of like the lobby theater area there, roof over there. You can kind of see every kind of main major building has this kind of thatch straw roof where you can see if fire got to it, it's going to go up pretty quickly, which makes sense why they were hosing down everything when we were in the theater at Akamal yesterday. And you can see water just pouring to the ceiling. Like, let's make sure we dampen everything, make sure there are no further issues, at least in the immediate reaction to the Coba fire. Came back up from the beach, spent a couple hours at the pool, just kind of lounging, relaxing. Came back up to the room because this is going to sound crazy and you're going to not believe this. It is a lot hotter in Mexico in May than when we usually come in November. So the heat, I think, is taking a bit of a toll on us on a few of these days here. But came back up, decided to order just a little room service, kind of a midday bridge between lunch and dinner, and kind of also feel like I just need a little fuel to kind of fight the heat. I don't know if that makes any sense, but went with my go-to, my usual, my favorite from the room service, usually club sandwich. Jesta got one of her go-tos, the Caesar salad, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know why I did this, but I got a bowl of spaghetti. I felt like I needed one more thing, and nothing was really jumping out to me. So I got a bowl of spaghetti. My room service is always good here. Jesta said this a million times. I don't know if I've had it on camera. Like the fries here, even though they're probably just your standard, maybe like Costco brand frozen fries. I don't know if Costco's down here, but they're so good. I don't know what they do here, but they just come out so good. The fries are one of the best, most consistent things here. But I do love this delicious club sandwich. You got to get the club service room service. Only available at the luxury resorts without pay. I mean, if you can get this without paying for it, how would you not? Just a little bit of fuel to get that last hump and through the rest of the day. Dinner time, making our way over to Jesta's favorite restaurant on property, Alux. And this is really nicely convenient for us. We could basically hit it with a rock from our room, so perfect to be able to just relax, decompose after a hot day by the pool, and be able to walk 2 steps and be at the restaurant we're going to have dinner at. So happy, happy, happy. And this dinner this evening is Jessica's official birthday dinner. Last night was Stolen Valor. I mean, the whole birthday Stolen Valor. Her birthday's like a month and a half away, but nonetheless, we needed something to celebrate, so Jessica's birthday it shall be. Never mind that this is like the 12-year anniversary when we started dating. Why celebrate that when Jessica's birthday is in a month and a half? All right, you know the drill by now. Nice little welcome drink, not a drinker, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Cheers. It's like vodka, pear, and strawberries. Some other delicious sounding things.
You just spilled it all.
I did just spill it everywhere, but it is good. And it's in my mustache. Shall I leave it?
No.
For my appetizer, I got the beef wagyu tartare, which this is one of like the hidden secret benefits of coming to these places is I had never tried like anything tartare in my life. Probably was not, I wouldn't say I was afraid of it, but I definitely wasn't amped to ever give it a try. But you know, here where you know it's all inclusive, you're not having to like pay the expensive price of a gourmet appetizer only to like learn you don't like the taste of raw beef. You can kind of test things out and try things out. And I did this a few trips back, and I've come to like beef tartare, so I get it almost anytime I see it on the menus here now. So you get to experiment, you get to try new things. All right, soup round. We got their take on a little bit of French onion soup. I do a little ASMR. Is that what it is? Soupy on the inside. Oh, that's not the soup. Where's the soup? Oh, that's the cheese. Oh, look at the soup juicing the soup. All right, our main course has arrived. I got the beef, which looks quite delicious. A very nice looking cut of meat. Jess got the lobster. I've had this before. It's delicious. She's eaten half of it before I even got the camera out, but I can't blame her because it's one of the better dishes I believe I've had here. So shout out to her for eating quick. I don't know where that was going, but I'm gonna eat my steak. Alright, so prior to dinner, I brought it to Jesta's attention that we had not had any espresso martinis on this trip, which is odd for me to do because I am not a drinker, but I just know she enjoys them, and you know, what my baby wants, my baby gets, especially at her fake birthday dinner. So these 2 espresso martinis are on me. You're welcome, babe. This is where you say thank you. Happy birthday to you. Good. It's not her birthday. Alright, now that the shenanigans are out of the way, I gotta say this is one of the better looking desserts I think I've got. Like, this has got a lot of things that are right up my alley. A little chocolate souffle, some ice cream, some strawberry, some type of crunchy crunch. I think I'm gonna like this one. Got a nice little band just playing some easy jazzy tunes in the lobby this evening. Good night, just be relaxing, although it is still brutally hot. And you know what's hot when I'm just not even wearing the hat. I gotta drop the hat because it is hot. I'm telling you, this heat is no joke. One of the performers from the little jazz band just had to be helped off stage by some of the other staff here. They took back like the air conditioned kind of office space. He was looking a little pale in the face, a little woozy, maybe dehydrated, but yeah, it's hot. Jazz band is done for the night. We've moved on to the karaoke portion of the evening.
You can stay here.
Shoo-doo-doo, bow. Shoo-doo-doo, ba-dum, ba-dum. Shoo-doo-doo, bow. Nah, it's not happening. I haven't had enough tequila. Got my guy Josh back here about to rock out to Before He Cheats, which I think is like every woman's karaoke song for like the last 12 years. Don't usually hear a dude doing it, but shout out Josh. This is a nice little surprise. Came back to our room and been delivered a bottle of wine and some gourmet chocolate. That's a nice surprise.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, I don't even know what this is exactly tied to or related to. Maybe it's because tonight was your birthday dinner. They sent up something fancy. That was not your birthday.
I actually saw him bringing it up when we were leaving.
I did too, but I didn't think he was going
I didn't think he was coming here.
Interesting.
You didn't order it?
No, I don't think so.
You know, this would have been an easy win for you to say you ordered it for me as a surprise when we came back to the room.
You don't really
And you just failed miserably.
Another fabulous day wrapping up in Sian Ka'an. Had a nice gentleman come up and have a little conversation with us while we were out in the lobby who watches the videos. That was actually the third time on this trip somebody's come up and said, hey, I know you from YouTube, which is crazy to me because like I don't expect anybody to watch these videos in the first place, and to like, it's one thing when it's like the Nashville SC games because I live in Nashville and I'm always there, but for like a random trip all the way across the world in Mexico to be here and have people be like, hey man, I watch your videos. Super cool, super appreciative, grateful for all the support, obviously. Thank you to those people who've been coming up and saying, hey, while we've been down here. On the Coba stuff, no real other updates. They did send out like a notification. I don't know if it was like modified depending on what resort you're at, but we got it through the app that said, hey, just so you know, all restaurants in the Coba lobby are closed until further notice. Apologize for inconvenience, blah, 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 blah. Please contact guest services for any support you need. So I haven't heard anything of them moving people out of Coba or relocating people from their guest rooms. So kind of seems like, other than the lobby and the restaurants attached to the lobby being down, they're kind of running business as usual, except I would have to think they got to be running people through Akamal lobby because that's like the closest option and the only really other one I can see them doing, because, you know, judging by what we saw at Lobby La Primera right now, it's been used for other purposes right now, and it'll probably take a minute for them to get it rebooted and things shuffled around to be able to use it. So we'll see what's happened. I've had a lot of people reach out. I posted like a video on Shorts and TikTok and stuff, just kind of being like, hey, this is what's going on down here. It's kind of crazy. Had a lot of people asking. This is also reminding me, I was like, oh, I'm like 2 days behind on when I'm posting videos versus when stuff happened. What's going on? What's going on down there? You know, I'm booked coming up. And I've shared the updates that I know. I would just encourage anybody coming down or planning to come down or looking at booking, stay in touch with your booking agent, your travel agent. You know, if you're a Premier, why can't I say things? Privilege Club, you know, your concierge service, if you book directly through the resort, you know, get in touch with who you can get in touch with. Just stay in the loop. It's early days. All this just happened yesterday, so I'm sure the resort itself is still kind of sorting things out and figuring out what the best steps to do are, which probably isn't the best answer for like people that are coming down in the next week or so, but just stay in touch. Try to get the updates you can, because there's going to be people that are going to know better than me, because at the end of the day, we're all the way up here at Sian Ka'an. We're not like directly in the mix over there at Coba, so we're just hearing a lot of stuff secondhand more than anything. But if I hear anything else throughout the rest of our stay here, I'll certainly add those to future videos. So make sure you're subscribed, turn the bell on for notifications so you don't miss those or any other important things that happen here on the channel. Whew. Tired, hot, but having a blast. Sian Ka'an is my favorite. I'm so glad to be here. More to come.